Welcome everyone we're bringing it back actually. It's been a 2-year hiatus, the Entrepreneur Bonfire series. Who here was at our first bonfire 2 years ago? Kendra, I think Jeanette was there. Awesome. Okay. And Lisa, welcome. All right. I first want to, again, welcome everyone. This is recorded. I'm going to give a little housekeeping, and then we're going to dive right in. This is also, I'm going to do a little short teaching. This is going to be interactive. Everyone's going to get to know each other as well. But why this bonfire series? Why now? It's summer, right? Why? Well, there's a reason behind it. There's a reason behind the madness. So first, for those of you, I think I know most people in here. For those of you who don't, and okay, so this is being recorded. There are quite a few people who were not able to make this session, and they'll hopefully be able to make future sessions. And again, thank you for those of you who are here today. And if you're watching the replay of this, I'm going to send a replay out after every session. We're running this for the next 3 weeks. Okay. So again, next week at 11 o'clock Pacific time. And again, the following week, the 20th at 11 o'clock Pacific time for 1 hour. Come to the ones you can make it to. It will be, you will get more out of it being live, 100%. But I do know it is summer, and I do know we have plans and people go away and that sort of thing, which is awesome. So if you can't make one, you can check out the replay. For those of you who don't know me, the few of you who don't know me, I have been in business for a long, long time, over 35 years, multiple businesses. I had a sign and graphics company. I sold a couple years ago after owning it for 29 years. And I've been through the summers. I've been through the summer ups and downs, the slowdowns, the out of office, sending emails to clients, customers, and out of office all the time on prospects. And for the last 13 years now, I started coaching, mentoring leadership company, and I've been doing that for the past 13 years as well. And that is my focus now. But I've been through the summers, many summers. I've also been through recessions. I've been through, obviously, the pandemic. And I've seen the ups and downs. And for some of us, we're in a little bit of a slower economy. It is also summer. It's a little bit slower. People are a little bit tighter with their budget, tighter with their time. But we shall get through this. What I do know is that, and my father used to say this was a quote, can't remember who it's from, tough times don't last, tough people do. We will get through this. I've been through multiple recessions. I don't even know if we're in a recession. Whatever we're in, we will get through it. The reason I've started this or brought back the Entrepreneur Bonfire series, I'm going to explain actually, question, who knows or who thinks they know what I mean by entrepreneur? O-N, the big O-N. Show it, who thinks, Lisa,
Run
what's
your
your,
business, not in.
perfect. Thank you. I know it's a giveaway on, but that's exactly what it is. So my intention for all of you today, next week, and the week after is the following. If I can help you shift your mindset, shift your thinking away from being in the business all the time and a little bit, in fact, a lot of it on. If I can help you become the entrepreneur, I've done my job. Here's the thing. By becoming, okay, I'm just going to let the rest of these people in. One moment here. Okay, by becoming, so welcome to everyone who just popped in. Just giving a quick overview as to what the Entrepreneur Bonfire series is all about. I find actually, I'm going to give you a quick overview. I'm going to give you a teaching in just a moment. Okay. Then I've got some notes here. We're going to go into break after the teaching, maybe in about 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, we're going to go out into breakout rooms. Don't get scared. It's okay. I'm going to pair everyone up randomly, just by click of a button, and we're going to go into breakout rooms. And I'll explain more of what we're going to do there. And you'll be in there for maybe 10 minutes. We'll see how time goes. It'll just be in pairs, okay? I'll explain later. So don't get freaked out. It's all good. Rather than each of us going around the room right now and introducing ourselves and all that kind of stuff, we're going to do it a little bit different. We're going to have some fun with it because we are. Hey, I forgot to ask the question. Who brought the s'mores? Come on. I thought
I don't eat
Jessica.
s'mores.
Hey, forget you, Kendra. You're like Nova Scotia. Jessica, I thought you were bringing the s'mores. No, okay.
Isn't
That's
there
okay.
a fire ban?
Well, that's
Province
good point.
wide here. No fires, no
Brought the
camping, no
bugs.
nothing.
What's that,
I brought
Jeanette?
I brought the bugs
There,
that
you
normally
got the
happen at a
bugs.
fire.
That's true. That's a good point. Okay. As long I was hoping someone would bring guitar too, but it's okay. So we're going to all serenade each other with some really good lists, some really good insights, actually, today. So here's the thing. There are I think, three types of kind of business owners. Three kinds of mindsets, I should say. There's those who have the employee mindset. So they're the employee mindset business owner. And they're the ones, some of you may be there. Okay. There's nothing wrong with starting that way. I'm going to get to that. Here's one thing I do want to mention. Everyone's at a different point in their business. And that's okay. But if you want more, we have to change some things. We have to probably change our mindset, possibly. So if you've read the E-Myth, it's kind of like the E-Myth. You have a skill set, you did it for a company, for whatever reason, maybe it's the pandemic, maybe you just got sick of working for someone, which we all probably did at some point, and you took that skill set and started a business. Anyone do that? Yeah, okay. So the employee mindset is the one who you're in the business all the time, you're working with the clients, you're delivering this product or delivering the service, you're doing all the work all the time, and you don't have time for anything else. That's the employee mindset. Now, there's times where we need to do the technical work. I coach, mentor business owners. I'm the one on the calls. So that's the first type, employee mindset. The second type is the business operator mindset. And that's where a lot of people think they've made it. They graduated, they are no longer have that employee mindset. They're not the employee, they're a business operator. They might have a team, they might have an employee, they might have multiple employees, they might have virtual assistants, subcontractors, whatever it is. Business operator, however, I used to own a franchise. I'm going to go backwards. Back in the 90s, I owned a sign franchise for a while. A lot of people who went into the franchise were business operators, right? They didn't, some of them had experience in the industry, but a lot of them just were operators, business operators. They operated the business. But that's the second stage. That's not the entrepreneur or what I call the business leader. The business operator is someone who, yeah, they operate the business. They might have a team, probably not empowering their team enough, whether it's an employee or subcontractors or virtual assistants. They're still doing a lot of the work. And worse than that, they're focused in on what's in front of them and not enough about the vision and about growing the business and building the business. Now, don't get me wrong. If that's where you are and you're happy with whatever stage you're at, you're probably not here. Maybe you are, but if you're happy with whatever stage you're at, that's totally fine. I'm not saying you have to do it a different way, but if you want to grow, if you want to take it to the next level, the next stage, whatever that is for you, because everyone is different, what we're going to talk about today is really becoming the entrepreneur. And that requires looking at your business differently. It requires looking at your role in your business differently. And then your action steps will be different. The other thing I should mention, each of these sessions, I'm going to be giving away or offering prizes. I'll explain that in just a little while. Okay. And it's what I call the fast action prize. People who take action. Because here's the thing. And this is, I guess, the stern truth. And for those of you who don't know, I have a podcast I launched back, I guess, 5 months ago now, called The Stern Truth Business Unfiltered. Love for you guys to have a listen of it. To it. Some of you actually in here have been a guest on the podcast, and the other, yes, Jeanette, you've been on it. Polly's been on it. Kendra's been on it. Jessica's been on it. If others would like to be on it, just reach out to, oh, and Emily has been on a future one, which is coming up soon. So it really depends on what you want in your business. But I want you to think about your business. Your business needs to serve your life. And too many of us get it the wrong way, or we fall into the trap of the other way. I want to teach something here. And the reason to back up for a second, the reason that I am doing this Entrepreneur Bonfire series now, being August, is because September, well, here on the West Coast, it is the wet coast today. We need a bit of rain. So it kind of feels like fall. But before you know it, gang, it's going to be September. And it's going to be back to school, back to business. In the US, Polly, I don't know, school might be back very shortly. I know a lot of states, they start in early to mid-August, maybe even some places in Canada. But September is back to business. And let's prepare now. Let's start now so we're ready to crush the rest of 2025. That's why we're doing this now. That's why we're not waiting till September. So many people wake up in November and realize, holy shit, the end of the year is just a few short weeks away. I'm nowhere near my goal. It's time to, get going. Well, why wait? Let's do that now. But we need to be more focused. We need to be more intentional, and we need to be the entrepreneur, not the employee. So you need to block time to be an entrepreneur. And I'm going to teach you different steps, different stages along the way. But the one today I'm going to teach you, aside from the power of being the entrepreneur, is this. Process goals versus outcome goals. Now, some of you, Kendra, Jeanette, you remember this from Create. We talk about this for Jessica, for those of you who've done private coaching or group coaching with me, we talk about process goals versus outcome goals. This is what I really want for today for all of you. The outcome goals. Outcome goals, we don't have full control over. Okay? The outcome goals are goals that we usually set on January the 1st, right? And it's usually got a number to it. I want this much in revenue. I want this much in profit. Or if we even think that way, this much in take-home pay, income. Income and revenue, two totally different things. That's an outcome goal. We don't have full control over it. There are other outside influences. Could be the economy, could be the government, could be this, could be that, is blah, blah, blah. We're not blaming that. There could be other, could be competition, could be tariffs. There's other things that can affect our outcome goals. One of them, big one, we do have control over. And that's process goals. That's where everything will change. Stop focusing on the outcome goal and leaving it at that. You need to have an outcome goal, a revenue, income, profit. Maybe an outcome goal is franchising your business. Maybe an outcome goal is expansion to a certain degree. Some of it's not completely in your control. What is in your control is the process goals, which are the action steps, the markers along the way. A process goal is, for example, if I wanted, and I want you to think about this for your own business, if you want a certain number of clients or revenue for 2025, I want you to think about what are the action steps along the way you need to take. Maybe let's go to social media. It's an easy one. I'm going to post 3 times a week on social media. That's my process goal. Or for the next month, I'm going to do, and this is going to primary focus, which is something else we teach in our programs. I'm going to focus on this specific group of people for the next month. And I'm going to post on social media. I'm going to send emails out. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It's the process goals. Sometimes there's a number to it. Sometimes it's just an action step. I'm going to hire an employee. I'm going to outsource. Those you have full control over. Full control. Now, you might outsource, could be to the wrong person or hire the wrong employee. I've been there. But you have control over the hiring. You can hire someone. I want you to be intentional, but you can hire someone. Social media, posting, other sales, marketing activities, you have full control over. How you train your people, onboarding new staff, you have control over. And these are all process goals or action steps that will help you achieve that outcome goal. So I want you, and also if there's any questions along the way, just raise your hand. We're going to go into breakout sessions in a second. But I want you to think about an outcome goal that you want for 2025. And for those of you who are not on video, I'm putting everyone into breakout rooms in pairs, if you missed it. So if you could ideally, if you could turn your video on, it's great, because it'll just be one-on-one for those few minutes. That'd be great. And then if you feel more comfortable turning it off when we come back into the big room, that's totally fine as well. But I want you to get to know each other. So what we're going to do in just a second, if I can find, they always change things on Zoom. Breakout rooms. What I want you to do in these breakout rooms, get to know the other person. Find out, ask the question. One person goes first, right? Find out what they do, where they are, their business, that sort of thing, how long they've been in business, and what their outcome goal is for 2025. One outcome goal. And if you're stuck on it, we can work on it over the next week. Or just have a conversation with your breakout buddy. Now we have, oh, this is perfect. Perfect number of people. So, any questions so far on the training I've done so far? Or the breakout sessions?
Are you going to be popping in on the breakout sessions?
Should I?
That might be fun.
I might, if I can figure that part out. What time is it? Okay, I'm going to let you guys go in for about 10 minutes. Yes, I know. Chrissy, I know. I usually say 5 minutes, and then when they come back, everyone comes back, they say, oh, we could have used more time. So here's my invitation to all of you. Go in for 10 minutes. If you're done, you don't have to just, talk about the weather. Come back into the room. I'll be here. If you all come back sooner, that's fine. But I want to respect your time. And I want to respect the connection you make. Because here's the thing, the person you meet may, it might be something that you can give to them and serve them powerfully. You might learn something from them. Connections, Jeanette knows this more than anyone because she's the master connector. Connections are key. And who you meet today, I'm giving you, there's a twist in here for a second, and I'll tell you in a second. Who you meet today will come back into your life at some point, I'm telling you. I hear it all the time. We run Connect and Collaborate, and all the time it's like, who was in the, I want to be introduced to this person. I want to be introduced to that person. But for the purpose today, be intentional, go in, find out what they do, be interested in them, and find out what their outcome goal is. Now, you don't have to say, here's the thing, you don't have to give a specific, okay, your video's not working, that's fine. Whoever you're going to be in, I'm not sure who you're in with quite yet. Sienna, that's fine. Still have the conversation. Is it, sorry, your video or is your audio, as long as your audio is working, that's great. I think you said your video's not working. As long as your audio, let me just see here. Audio's great, perfect. Okay. Here's the twist, everyone. When we come back into the room, the big room, when everyone's back, you're going to introduce your breakout buddy. That's the twist. So I want you to listen to them. And when it comes to the outcome goal, if it's a financial number, you don't want to tell your business, your breakout buddy, that's totally fine. Just say it's okay. It's a sales figure. It's a revenue figure you want to hit. You need to know what that is. It's for you. If you're okay sharing it, that's fine. If it's a number of clients, whatever it is, just say what the outcome goal is. Okay. All right. So give you 7 minutes. So we'll come back at the bottom of the hour. All right. Go have fun. Oh, Kendra, there we go.
Right.
See, I told you.
Same
it's
here,
all-
not enough time.
I was like, oh, 10 minutes is
10
enough.
minutes back.
You give us 7 minutes.
I told you, Sherry, it'd be,
Well,
yes.
It would be help. I didn't, sometimes I've noticed there's like a timer, but I didn't see a timer on there. So
Yeah.
then all of a sudden
Okay.
there's 30 seconds left and we're like, oh no.
Okay. Next time I'll announce it. I
And
was
we-
going to come in and bother you guys, but you know what? I'm not going to.
That was only 5 minutes. It wasn't 10
Yeah,
minutes.
was it not 5 minutes? Because we didn't
Se-
even get to a Janice here, which is my buddy.
It was actually 7.5 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah, originally it was gonna be 10, then I said we'll do 7, we'll do the bottom of the hour. So I lied. Okay, there'll be more time. We're gonna have fun with this. Okay. So before we go to this, so I'm gonna start with in a second Elle and Janice. Okay, so Elle will introduce Janice and all that, and then vice versa. There will be time permitting, which there will be. I want us to get into, first of all, if there's one specific area that if you want to step into what I call the seat of opportunity and have a little coaching, that's fine. We have time for that. I'm going to talk about the prize in a second, or after we go through the breakout buddies. And I want you to think of, and it probably will have something to do with the outcome goals and accountability, something you want to hold yourself accountable to the group for the next week. Because that's what a lot of us are challenged with, struggle with, and lack is that accountability aspect, because we're in business for ourselves. And unless you have a coach, mentor, or accountability partner or business partner, it's hard to hold yourself accountable. So people are moving on my screen. We're going to kick off with Elle. Why don't you, where's Elle? Where'd you go?
I'm right here.
There you are. Introduce your business, your breakout buddy. I think it was Janice.
Okay. We got a little bit cut off, so we didn't get to the outcome section, that portion of it, but I will provide what I received. So Janice is my breakout buddy. She is based in Langley, and she is a registered holistic nutritionist. that has actually transitioned to this from being a legal secretary. And that was 20 years ago. Correct me if I'm wrong, Janice.
I was a legal secretary for 20 plus years, and 15 years ago became a holistic nutritionist that went back into the legal field for reasons. And then the end of January, I got laid off and said, that's it. I'm just going to pursue my dream job. And there's a whole bunch more stuff in there too that we didn't get to. So I'm writing the cookbook. I want my own cooking show, et cetera, et cetera. So it's called Nourish by Janice. So there we go.
And we
Awesome.
didn't get again to the outcome section, so Janice will share that with us.
Perfect. Okay. Well, Elle, why don't you have an outcome goal for yourself before we go to Janice?
Oh, for myself. Oh,
Yeah.
sure, yeah. I said I wanted to convert more of my short-term clients to long-term clients.
Oh, you did mention that, Jess. Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Short-term clients to long-term clients. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna sit with that for a moment. Okay. Janice, tell us a little bit about what the amazing Elle does.
So Elle has, she lives in Mission. She's engaged. She's getting married in June. She has 2 little girls, 2.5 and 1 year. Her business is Elevate with ELL. Don't forget the 2 L's. Creative. And like she mentioned, what her outcome goal is. She is a marketing whiz with websites, SEO, and emails. 15 years. Like as an employee, and about 2 years ago is she jumped into being self-employed.
So, okay, perfect. And Elle wants, okay, so and Janice, what do you have an outcome goal that you
I do.
would-
I want to finish my my cookbook. I want to get it done. It's 3/4 done. I've been working on it for many, many years, and I believe it's my calling card. It's called Sunday Suppers, and that's what I'm all about, is Sunday suppers and creating it and teaching cooking lessons on that, you know, and farmers markets. And yeah, and I've been working with Jeanette for a while, so yay.
Nice, nice. So here's the thing with the outcome goals. And there's nothing wrong with your goal, 100%, that's what you want. Is that fully in your control? Finishing the book. Yeah.
Yes.
So that really, okay. So what I want you to think about is something that is bigger than that outcome goal. Maybe that's really a process goal. That's something you want to accomplish, but you have control over that. So
Okay.
an outcome goal is something that might not be fully in your control, but the cookbook might help towards that. So it's usually a revenue number. It could be like, for example, like with the 1-800 Got Junk story, right? Around Scudamore. One
Oh,
of
right.
his, he didn't call it outcome goal, but one of the vision, one of the goals they had was to be on the Oprah show. Didn't have full control over that, but they did action steps, or Ellen show, or on every Starbucks coffee cup in North America. They achieved it all, but that wasn't fully in their control. They had to do certain things in order to achieve that. So that's what I mean by outcome goal. So your goal of finishing the book, that's great, but maybe just think about if there's something else that maybe it could be a revenue number, it could be number of clients, something that is more a result of, if that makes sense, from the cookbook, if that makes sense.
Having my own cooking school, teaching cooking lessons, doing nutritional consultations. But I want a space where I can have that one spot where I am teaching cooking lessons, where I can be filmed and have my own cooking, my own cooking show, consultations, and making and sell my own beef bone broth.
Okay. I love it. And that's not, I mean, someone could argue that's fully in your control, but it's not really fully in your control. You have to find the space there. It has to be right. It has to be right. So there are certain things out of your control, but you can do certain steps in order to achieve that. Okay.
And also make money. I need to.
Well, that's the big one. Yes.
I need clients to pay, you know, and so that's, you know, and how to get, you know, clients that want consultations, and I can nourish them back to health.
Perfect. No, I love that. That's awesome. Okay. We are moving over to looking, okay, there. So Sherry and Orna. So Sherry, why don't you introduce, I believe Orna was your breakout buddy.
Yes, she was. Orna is from Israel originally, and she moved to Canada when she was 30. She studied pharmacy, and she actually comes from a hometown where I happen to have some relatives, so that was a nice connect. And she also took an MBA at, I believe it was Hebrew University. And then she did a career shift at some point into insurance and financial planning. And but she also is a licensed pharmacist here in Canada as well.
Okay, nice. Did you get to the outcome goals?
We didn't. We kind of drew short on time, so we're. But I sent her a message on WhatsApp, so we'll be able to connect there hopefully after.
Awesome. Oh, and thank you for mentioning it. So by all means, if you guys want, like, I highly, highly encourage you guys to reach out on LinkedIn or WhatsApp or Instagram or whatever you want and connect with each other, right? Okay. Okay, Orna, how about Sherry?
So, hi everyone. So we were a bit short on time. We were finding common backgrounds. So I guess we wasted a few precious moments there. So Sherry is originally from Winnipeg. She has an undergrad, so she's a psychologist, and did a master's in social work. She spent the past, and I hope I got that correct because we really had like a few last seconds. So she spent the last 15 years at home raising her two kids. And this is where we got cut off. But I believe, if from what I understood, she's looking for a way of combining her experience and education moving forward with counseling or consulting business. Is that correct, Shay? Please not, did I get it totally wrong?
No, that's, yeah. And in the future, I also took a certificate in mediation. So I plan to do a combined practice in coaching and mediation at some point.
Awesome.
So this is where we got cut off.
I'm a social worker, not a psychologist, but that's okay. I study counseling and psychology.
Yeah, so we could have used a few more minutes. As for my goal for 2025, I have a number in mind of families that I want to help in 2025 achieve and maintain their financial health. So I'm halfway through my path hitting that goal. So I still have a quota. And like you said, Marshall, this is the time to harness everything and work toward achieving this.
Yeah, perfect. Did you get to the outcome goal for yourself?
My outcome goal this year is actually just finding a job for income, because I've been a stay-at-home mom for the past 15 years. So I just need to kind of get back into the workforce, get some stable income, and then I can branch off and make a private practice at some point.
Awesome. Okay, great. Perfect. Okay, let's thank you both. Emily and Lisa. Emily, why don't you introduce Lisa and then vice versa?
All right. Hi, everyone. I was buddied with Lisa, and we spent probably the first connecting over dogs, because I have a few dogs in the background here. And Lisa has a big dog at home, a German Shepherd. And she's a big dog person, dog lover. So that was the main part of our conversation, at least initially. But Lisa runs a marketing agency, and she mostly focuses on SEO, web development, and Google Ads. And her thing that separates her from others is that she is very skilled naturally at listening and understanding what's uniquely needed by each person she's talking with and sort of discovering and learning about understanding. So she's really able to like tweak everything that she's creating for them based off of what she's learning and hearing from them. And her outcome goal is to get one new SEO client this year.
Perfect. Sounds good. Okay, Lisa, how are you?
Thank you. I love how everyone is paying such close attention to all the details of their buddy they're partnered up with. I think that's really nice. Everyone's really working hard to make sure they understand the people and represent them well. So I think that's awesome. I was paired with Emily, and yeah, obviously maybe you did this intentionally, Marshall. We're both dog lovers, so that was a good point of connection. And we spoke about how Emily was somewhat recently on your podcast, and how she's very passionate about neuroplasticity and brain rewiring, which is a really fascinating topic. And her goal, or her outcome goal, is to collaborate with another coach that is big in the neuroplasticity scene and very passionate about that as well, and to collaborate with them and work with them. So I thought that was really, really fascinating. And she's overall just very passionate about how people can rewire their brain and the neuroscience behind that.
Nice. Okay, so is there specific outcome goal, or is the outcome goal the collaboration?
Yeah, the outcome goal was the collaboration. So whether that was working with another coach that specializes in the realm of neuroplasticity, that she can work with them and create a good collaboration and have a good outcome from that.
Perfect. So when you're hearing people's outcome goals, and then for your own outcome goal, just for everyone, again, then what I want you to start to do this week is think about all the different process goals for action steps that you need to take over the next few weeks, the next few months, in order to achieve those outcome goals. Okay. So, by the way, Sherry, you're not the only Winnipegger here. Okay. I'm originally from Winnipeg. Kendra's originally from Winnipeg as well. And anyone else? Oh, Al, you're from Winnipeg too? Yeah, I did not know that. Did not know that. So a lot of Winnipeggers. Okay. It's a great place to come from.
We are a tough food.
We are survived the winters. Okay, Chrissy and Tom, you are up. You're on the clock. So, Chrissy, why don't you introduce the amazing Tom?
Sure. Yeah, so my partner was Tom Kloss, and he is the owner of Tom Kloss Creative. It's a graphic design and print services. I'm definitely not reading from notes I took. He likes to help small to medium service-based businesses specifically, and it sounds like he's been in business for decades. Yeah, and we chatted a little bit about difficulties with how things used to be and how things are now, and people have a lot of access to different services like Vistaprint, but kind of what sets him apart. And we didn't specifically touch on outcome goal, but he did mention that he's looking for like more steady recurring work. It sounds like it's a lot of one-time jobs that you kind of do, and then you're done and you're constantly looking for more work. So he kind of mentioned feast and famine. And so looking for more steady work and income that is, so whether that's a bigger client, something more recurring. So it's not just this kind of one job done and on to the next thing.
Perfect.
I
Okay.
hope I got that right.
And Tom, for those of you who are members in the Small Business Owner BC group, Facebook group, Tom is the one who designed our newish logo, which we unveiled a few months ago.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's very
I did
creative.
not know.
So if you're not a member of the Small Business Owner BC group and you're in BC, come check it out. Tom, you're up. Tell us all about Chrissy.
All right. Christine is the owner of Northern Upkeep Residential Cleaning. She has been in business for about 8 years, working remotely for about the past year. She is a business owner and a mom of a fairly new baby, I believe. And she has teams in other areas, so she runs them remotely. She has an assistant as well to help her out with the business. And she's also trying to balance running a business with motherhood and looking at growing her business to the point where she can, I guess, work more on the business than in the business, and make it so it's a well-oiled machine, and it can basically run itself. So I hope I got that right, Christine. And again, we sort of ran short on time in terms of any outcome goals, but that's Christine's story.
Okay, no, perfect. I do want everyone to think again about the outcome goals. There's no pressure right now. Before we go today, I will mention one thing. In addition to the fast action prize, you will all get an opportunity to receive. So let's go over to Earl and Jeanette. It's funny that I paired you two together. It is random, and I think the two of you know each other. So Earl, or Jeanette, why don't you introduce the amazing Earl, and then vice versa.
Well, I almost said that word when I wrote this down. So Earl is a podcast person extraordinaire. He started his business on April 1st, 2011. No fooling. And we share something common. I started my business April 1st, 2014. And no fooling. That's what we had. He would love to have 5 more paid podcast people interviewed. He has surpassed his 2024, so he's well on his way for succeeding. And I have been a podcast guest twice on his podcast. No, sorry, 2-parter once, but 2 parts. And he's understanding that he's had 2 or 3 people that is been amazing, and they've had to do 2 parts instead of his 30-minute interview. So that is good. And he's a big supporter. He supported me twice with the Fort Langley Jazz and Arts Festival. With pride.
Perfect. Thank you, Jeanette. Okay, Earl, there's a lot of pressure. This is the amazing Jeanette.
Yes, Jeanette Y. Martin is the master connector. As when she was on my podcast, she showed me all the time that she was connecting. She did the example of it throughout, and she's been in business for 11 and a half years, and her outcome goal is to move to Mexico and open another office down there. We will miss her, that's for sure.
Full time, Mexico? Yeah, I never know. It's awesome. Okay. All right. Do you have a time frame?
The end of the year.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow.
There's a big opportunity. There's a big opportunity down there.
Nice. It's interesting. You're not the first person recently that's mentioned about moving to Mexico. Okay.
Okay, Al, you look like you're little enough to fit in a suitcase. We'll make it happen.
Let's all go to Mexico and visit Jeanette, okay? Entrepreneur. Well, I was gonna say next summer, but it might be a little hot. Maybe we'll do it in the winter.
Now, where I'm moving to, it's actually a resort with a convention center that seats 50 people. So if you want to come to the event.
Okay, nice. Okay, okay, I gotta move on to, we have a few, I don't want to keep you guys over time. So Polly, introduce us to, where's Sienna? Yeah, there you are. So Polly, introduce us to Sienna. I think you guys are together, right? And then vice versa.
So Sienna has something called Sienna's Delectables is her business. And she does dry ingredients, soups, dry rubs, and teas, which sounds delicious. Right now, she's primarily in markets, so like weekend markets, but she wants to focus on a better online presence and have money rolling in that way. And she started something called Little Chef Series, which is going to promote the little ones in the kitchen and having a little box for them and helping them kind of integrate their cooking skills. I told her I have a 2-year-old and she already loves cooking and she loves to stir ingredients and she tries to cut the things. She has a little like wooden knife that she can cut bananas with, and that's about it. But she's trying. So I think that's a really good initiative. Her outcome goal is to have more of a social presence And her process goals are posting 3 to 4 times a week on social media. There's, I think, 3 Instagrams and 1 Facebook page.
Love it. Great outcome goal, great process goal. Perfect. Love it. Okay. Sienna, introduce Polly to us.
Thank you, Polly. I'm Shauna.
Oh, Shauna.
I know it looks like Sienna, but Sean, S-E-A-N, and then the A, the Irish Gaelic version. Polly is a digital marketer. I hope I got that right. She focuses on the small businesses. It's more rewarding and ensuring that these entrepreneurs attain their goals, whether it be putting a child through college or funding a vacation home. Working with the small businesses is key in what she does. And her goal, I believe she said, is to reach 16K a month. Is that right, Polly? Yes. And I kind of spoke a lot about my business and didn't give her much time, but I did get that. And it was great to chat.
Okay, awesome. We're gonna, as the weeks go on, we'll get to know each other a little bit more. Hopefully you guys come back. And so it'll be more time to do that. This is more of a foundational call, but we're going to build up momentum. Okay, Benicia, Dave. Benicia, introduce Dave. Dave, then Benicia.
Yeah, so my buddy was Dave. Dave is currently in the US. Him and his partner, they run a gymnastics business, and their outcome goal as of the moment is exit strategy. So their daughter, who is also doing gymnastics, and that's one of the reasons why they got into the business, is now 18 and going to be soon done with this session of her gymnastics season. So they're looking for an exit strategy for their business, and just seeing what to do next.
Okay, nice. Dave?
Benicia is originally from Bhutan. She lives in Vancouver Island. And I'll be honest with you, I think I got a little distracted. We were talking so much about where she lives and where she has lived, and I was fascinated by a lot of it. We didn't really get to her goals. She is in the financial sector, and she looks to help people build long-term wealth, mainly focusing on making sure that people understand why they're doing the things that they're doing, not just simply looking at the numbers specifically, and making sure that her clients understand exactly why they're making the investments that they're making, so that the goals make sense for them. And we unfortunately I got to spend a few minutes and a few seconds. I think we got the 1 minute warning, but that's pretty much where we got to.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. I think we have a couple groups to go. I will mention this. Actually, I'll mention this afterwards. Ali Reza and Jessica. Jessica, you go first. Oh, you're muted though.
That would have helped. I always forget the mute button. Alireza is a financial guru, basically. He has come out with a book that is tiered with what you would use your martial arts belt coloring with. So you start at your beginner level with white, and you make all your way down to black belt, or up to your black belt, I guess you would really consider that. So it helps you get your way through understanding some of your financial stuff. And then he also works with his clients. You don't have to just read his book, but you can also work with him and get a better understanding about your insurance and your financial needs through him. So we did not get to our goals. So you were right, 10 minutes is just not quite enough, but we did touch on each other's businesses a little bit. So I was fascinated by his book, to be honest. I thought that tiering system was really cool. My kids are in martial arts and I'm in finance, so I thought it was both of those combo. That was really cool.
Yeah, no problem on the outcome goals, because we're going to get into that a little bit further down the road as well. And in a second, before we close out, we still have one more group to go. But Reza, why don't you introduce the amazing Jessica?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So Jessica, we both live at Coquitlam on the other sides of the Coquitlam, but she's a bookkeeper and she does way more than like, regular bookkeeping, I would say. She really gives the insight and gives some feedback about, based on the numbers that she's got from the client, that how their business is doing. And she's huge on cash flow. I actually asked her, I always have a lot of, small business owner clients. I asked her if she can provide the same service when it comes to cash flow to the individuals as well. And apparently that's doable. I already connected on, with her on LinkedIn. I couldn't ask for a better, I don't know, partner or another person in the room, because what we do, our services are absolutely complementary. So I'm glad I met her. So what I'm trying to do is, based on the my book, Black Belt Money Management, I created the online course, Marshall, but I'm being completely honest, I never spent a lot of time marketing it, and I think it has a lot of potential. And yeah, it hasn't taken off, to be completely honest with you. So yeah, that's what I was trying to reach, and hopefully I can help Jessica in any way I can as well.
Perfect. And there's gonna be an opportunity as well to talk about that further in future sessions for sure.
Sure.
Okay, last but not least, and then I'll get to the prizes, Kendra and Donna. Kendra, introduce Donna, Kendra. Kendra from Winnipeg, originally.
Just outside
Sorry.
in Lockport,
Okay,
just outside.
sorry.
But so yeah, now I'm in Nova Scotia, which is awesome. So Dawn and I had actually been in other groups together, so we kind of knew a little bit about each other's business. So we actually were able to hop a little bit of talking and then got to the goals. But what Dawn actually does 3 different things. She's got 3 different businesses. So she does literacy for Langley Literacy. So she teaches adult tutors, and correct me if I'm wrong on any of this, Donna. She teaches adult tutors to tutor other adults in education, and then does some other administrative marketing type things for them as well. With that, her outcome goal is to get the contract done to her, signed, so she can continue working with them. Then she's got sort of 2 more passion projects. One is called Refresh Inside, decluttering and organizing. And with that, she wants to get her workbook done by the end of the year, and is deciding whether or not she's going to sell it as part of a course or just sell the workbook on Amazon. Or I'm sort of going, you could do both. And then also after Doodle Dogs. There we go. So she looks after Doodle Dogs. The outcome goal for that is to actually slow that down, so she's not looking after quite as many dogs at one time, and one, I guess one after the other. I'm not even sure how many dogs you had come today, because she said she just had some new ones.
Okay,
I have 3.
Just for the sake of time, because I know people have to go, Donna, why don't you introduce Kendra to us, and then I'll give the prizes.
Great to be here. Nice to see you all. So Kendra is in Nova Scotia. I'm also in Port Coquitlam, so West Coast, East Coast. She's a business strategist, and she helps people strategize and team building, does all the things. So I'm looking forward to connecting with her outside of this group, because I need some assistance there. So her outcome is to get 6 people signed up for a retreat, I think you said, by September.
And by
also
December as well.
And then
I've got
6 people signed up for the end of the year.
Yeah.
For her courses.
Group, group. Fill my retreats September, December, and fill my group program by the end of the year.
Perfect. Okay, awesome. So next week we won't spend half an hour getting to know each other. I might throw you guys into breakout sessions, but just for collaboration purposes, we're going to just have a bigger conversation. So my offer this week, the prize this week, is fast action, and I'll email it out as well to all of you. Okay, if you want to take the conversation further with me, okay, I have 5 spots, but it's only in fast action. And even if you're watching the recording, I'll keep 1 spot open for people watching the replay on this who couldn't make it today. There are a few people. If you want to have a conversation about the outcome goal or get clarity on the process goals, the steps, the action steps you need to take, send me an email to marshall@marshallstern.net, okay, with I'm in, okay? And we'll set up a time to chat further, okay? But so there's only 5 spots. 1 reserved for people watching. So really for you, all of you in the group, there's 4. Those of you who are here right now. Send me an email and then we'll set up a time to chat. But it's the first 4 people. Any questions before we go? Awesome.
Thanks for having this, Marshall. Really appreciate it.
I didn't miss anyone, did I? I didn't miss anyone. No, that would be bad. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for staying overtime. And hopefully we'll see you again next week.
Thanks, Marshall. Thanks, everyone.
Bye for now.
See you later. Nice to see you, Lisa.